All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
Sucks.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Wheel of the Council. I'm your host, Joseph. We've got Jordan in the booth.
Yeah, it's rough in the booth today, y'all. I'm $30,000 in debt.
What?
We've got Danny in the back seat of my F-1250.
That's not true. Do not believe him. Don't believe his lies, folks. It's not true.
And, of course, we've got Becky on the ones and the twos. I'm talking about Gear 1 and Gear 2 here at Toyotathon.
Oh, man,
Jordan,
y'all.
you want to talk about this? You want to fire it off?
I gotta. So the problem is, like I mentioned, I'm $30,000. That was actually a lie. I'm actually $300 gajillion in debt.
Oh, man.
And the reason that is, I know it's tough. And it's like, well, you know, it would be better if it weren't for Biden's America's fault that I have to pay $3,200 a month on my car payment. And it's like, it's everybody else's fault, okay? Like, why is my car so expensive? Well, obviously you gotta buy the 2026 Ford F9 Million. And it's like, well, why isn't it cheaper? Why is my monthly payment so high? Like, I don't understand. Like, this has got to be Biden's fault.
We're reinventing new ways for, like, I have $3,000 candles. Can someone help me? Stop buying candles. No.
No, yeah, for those of you that don't know what we're referencing, there was a whole slew of TikToks over the last couple of days in which people divulge their financial situation relative to their monthly payment on their car. Growing up, I was like, what's an adequate monthly payment on a car? This was pre-recession, but I remember we got a nice car, new at a lot, for I think just under $200 a month. And like, I expect anything from like $300 to $500 is like pretty normal. Right. These people are getting in front of a camera and they are saying to the people on the other end of the camera, so that it can be recorded and then put online, that they are paying, I mean, I've seen $1,800.
It's unbelievable.
We saw $3,000.
It's unbelievable.
How that is like, that's like a mortgage payment.
Yeah.
That's more than a mortgage payment in a lot of places.
Literally more. So I don't know. I have a couple theories about this. Some people obviously are just bad with money, right? Like they've never had someone tell them how to be good with money. Like debt, I don't know. Because on the one hand, I do kind of feel for these people, right? Like if you don't have somebody teach you that debt is not like this nebulous, infinite amount of money that you just have, you know, like debt is a bad thing, you know, it's a responsibility that you have to keep up on. Like if you don't have a parent that's like very good about instilling that sort of financial security within you as you grow up, then you're probably gonna like end up doing this, where it's just gonna be like, well, I want a new car. I don't care that it's $1,200 or whatever. But the other thing is also people don't know how to work on cars, right? Because like I grew up working on cars with my dad and my brothers, and it's like, yeah, the car sucks, but you can like fix it, you know, simple maintenance, like changing the oil, replacing the tires, all that kind of stuff. Like it's hard, but if you know how to do it, you do save like a buttload of money. And I think people just are like, oh, well, my brakes are out on my 2012, time to get a new car. It's like, what? Like,
I don't know. I think it's a lot of things. It's not helped by the fact that like the debt that you have when you purchase a home is not real in the same sense that like credit card debt is, right? Like you sign on to something like a house with the understanding that you are just going to owe a mortgage company like hundreds of thousands of dollars until your mortgage finishes in like 30 years, right?
Right.
And same for student loan debt. I mean, we don't know if that shit is ever going to have to be collected on or whatever.
Well,
but like,
and homes, just to add on to you, homes get worth more right? Like
Yeah.
the idea is that you can sell your home for a decent price. Unlike your car, you're not selling that
Yeah.
for a decent
Well,
price.
What I'm trying to get at is that I think people conceptualize the debt you go into in order to afford a car as something similar. Like, yes, I am purchasing a $100,000 car, but like a house, it's an investment, and it's okay that I'm buying it with a shitload of money that I don't think I will ever have. And I'm here to tell you, I will be the father figure in your life if no one else has been so far. Do not do that shit.
Yeah, do not do that shit.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because specifically with what Danny said, like, building equity, having an asset, right? A car is not an asset. You think a car is an asset, but a car, all it's going to do is drain you of money. Like getting the brakes done, changing your oil, gas is the easiest thing. Like a car will never make you money. A home will build you equity. Obviously, a home is going to take maintenance and stuff too, but like
To be a mega
car
nerd,
is nothing but money
a
pit.
deprecating asset, right? Like it is an asset
It's
that
like
always
one of us has an econ degree.
Yeah. It is an asset, but it will always lose value, unlike a home, which should hopefully gain value. But yes, we all know what Jordan's referencing.
You all know what I mean.
Yeah.
Fucking econ nerd.
I'm just saying.
right?
I'm sorry. Listen, man.
Go look at graphs more, you baby.
Look, I paid a lot of money, and it was wrong.
And that asset appreciates. That's what I gotta
that's
say.
true. That is an appreciating asset.
Oh shit!
I appreciate that you have it.
Thanks.
Anyway,
You want me to suck you off later?
all right. Look, my point is, I will also be a secondary father figure here. Me and Joseph are your two gay dads that are also car knowledgeable, and we'll say just don't learn basic car maintenance. And if you don't want to do that, understand that a car is going to cost a lot of money. Try to find a car that has a lower, find like a lightly used car from a dealership and try to get a car payment of like $300 to $500 a month. Be normal about this.
I do want to say I don't have a lot of understanding of how to fix cars. But I just from my perspective, I have a car that's about 10 years old, and it does frequently need to be serviced in some capacity, like something will go wrong. And I go to the mechanic and I pay some amount of money for it. And that money never comes close to the amount of money it would cost to get a new car. I remember there was a period like 2 months ago where 3 things went wrong at once. And I went to the mechanic and I was like, how much is this going to cost to fix? And they quoted me a number and I was like, I should just buy a new car. And I got into the process of buying a new car and I was like, nope, no way. Absolutely not. Like it's so much cheaper to just maintenance the fucking thing. And I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why people like, I legitimately am shocked that people are like, I need to go into debt to get the new Jeep Wrangler Grand Cherokee or something. It's like, there's no way you think that car is worth going that deep into debt for. There's no way you need a Charger. There's no way you need a Hellcat. Come on.
Don't understand what debt means. Like, I think some people are so attached. Like, some people are so in like a higher working class or middle class kind of situation that they are living comfortably and they haven't had a background to sort of showcase the reality of what debt really looks like. So, like, I don't know. I can try to psychologicalize my way into this at all, but at the end of the day, it's just people are bad with money. There are just people out there that are just, they have money and they're bad with money. So they just make decisions like this. And there's just no reason to be paying that much money for a car. Okay, last thing I'll bloviate on about this is that I had an 05 Honda Accord. I drove that thing until it had 300,000 miles on it. I am not exaggerating. 300,000 miles.
Wow.
I drove that thing into the ground. And until like at the very end, like some windows didn't roll down. I had to manually lock every door because the fob wouldn't work and everything. Like, seriously.
You can drop it before then, guys. You don't have to.
Look, I'm sorry. It was like, it took that long for me to be like, all right, it's time for a new car. And even then, the car we have is like the car we bought is like a 2016 or a 2018, right? Like, it's not the hottest, newest, or like future hover car fucking thing. It's just like a nice upgrade, some nice new features with a reasonable monthly payment. And we bought it when it had like 50,000 miles on it. Like, totally normal.
I will say, not to, jerk you off too much, but the Honda Accord is the quintessential car that will get 900,000 miles.
Yep.
True.
It's like you see those commercials of like farmers that can rack up several million miles on a truck, and it's like, okay, that makes sense. It's all they're driving around a farm. But like a Honda Accord will live to 500,000 city driving miles.
Yes.
It's just shocking.
Well, that was why I got a Honda Civic too. I was
I love those cars.
I was at
This episode sponsored by Honda.
I was at the car dealership, and I was like, "Can I have something that will outlast me?" And they're like, "Yeah, we have a Honda Civic." And they sold it to me as my father drives this exact type of car into New York every single day. It has 250,000 miles, and it is still it has no problems, and it is the best car he's had. I'm like, sold, gimme.
It's so good. Those cars are phenomenal. I will. Okay, we're talking about jerking each other off. I will jerk off the CEO of Honda for somehow making cars that can. I think there's some fossilized Honda. I don't know, Honda Neanderthals that are like still driving somewhere.
This episode's gonna come out, and it's gonna be like the day before Edward Honda was like the greatest sex criminal of all time. It's like there's going to be a Dan Schneider style revelation about it.
Oh my god!
Here we got peeps being like, "Oh, I love Honda. He and I go way back. I helped him with a bunch of stuff in the 90s."
Okay, before we stop this talk, I just want to talk about how I just watched the video, the TikTok of the woman talking about her payments each month. And so the best part about the video isn't just that she's like, I pay $1,400 a month for my car, but she is, maybe this is on par for Will of the Council, but she is like, okay, but my husband is way worse. He drives this car and he pays $1,600 a month. So y'all in the comments, stop looking at me with bad payments. Go tell my husband he's bad.
I love people. They start making six figures, and it's like, and now we have infinity dollars.
There was a quote tweet on this that I loved. It was like, "Hi, I'm a divorce lawyer here. I just want to point out that this is the main reason why people who should get divorced don't get divorced, because they literally can't afford it. Why is that? They have too much debt."
This is going to be me as a divorce lawyer. I'm going to be like, "Sorry, you two, but I can't give credit. Come back to pay my retainer when you're a little richer."
You're at Joseph and Sons, and they open the door, and that's how you approach them. Like, you physically get close to their face and go, richer.
A divorce?
Rope?
You want it?
Jeep Wrangler?
It's yours, my friend. All right, okay, you ready to get this started?
All right, yes.
All right, our first one comes from r/am I overreacting, and this one is from Twitter.
First
we found this on Twitter.
That's such a good Reddit. Am I overreacting?
Yeah, we've done am I overreacting a couple of times.
Yeah.
I love it because it's always someone showing up and describing the most evil behavior you've ever seen, and instead of being like, "How do I fix it?" they're like, Am I okay? This one is called "Boyfriend Did an Activity Without Me," which is it's like an NYT Israel Palestine headline level of passive voice, right? It's like an activity occurred without my involvement.
This is Mariah wrote this one. This one's about me.
Okay. I, 25F, wanted to go to this adult playground with my boyfriend, 29M.
Insane sentence.
Millennials, man. Millennials.
Yeah. Oh man, and it sucks because it's coded into my brain to be like, ooh, nostalgia pandering to me. And it's like, ooh, adult playground, that sounds fun.
Yeah, but like that's the problem. Like you're like, oh well, that
Yes.
sounds like a fun thing, and then you're like, God dang it, this sentence is insane, and they got me.
Yeah.
We're just millennials. I don't know what to say. It
Millennials.
panders to us and it works.
Listen, I'm
It's
eating
true.
avocado toast at the adult playground.
I was saying like 5 years ago when I was living in New York City, I was poor as fuck, and I was like, man, there's got to be something like fun that I can just go out and do for a day. And I was looking up like because everything people do costs $1 million. They want you to go do an escape room. They want you to go out for
everything's so
drinks. They
expensive.
want you to even going to the movies is like at least a $50 ordeal nowadays.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what's like a fun thing we can do? And I'm looking up like I remember typing in adventures like a fucking baby into Google, and a bunch of things came up, and it was literally like we've planned all these adventures. So I started looking into them, and like the Willy Wonka like AI thing, they were basically just a room with a backdrop, and you were supposed to go there and pretend you were having fun so you could take a good picture for Instagram. And I was like, I gotta kill myself.
Oh yeah, those always feel like bait to me. Where like you go to like
They are bait.
art
That's what they
museum
are.
and you see a ton of pictures, and I'm like, oh, each station is so you can take a pic and like move on. Very weird.
Yeah.
I like museums. Museums are the version of this that I think still exists.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And also, the other thing about like millennial pandering spaces is that all of them are all like, what if it was a thing you liked as a kid, but with alcohol? It's like,
Yep.
just,
Ugh.
why must all potential third spaces be like, oh, it's a
Buy
bar?
booze while you're here. Yeah. It's really funny. Is like I would like to get drunk somewhere where there is not like a plastic like sticky of Arthur from Arthur, but like grown up and with a goatee, holding an IPA. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're a little in the weeds here.
All right, get it reading.
Wanted to go to an adult playground with my boyfriend. I have told him about it multiple times and have sent him a couple of TikToks about it. Oh, God.
Nice.
He was excited to go with me. A week ago, his friend called him and said he wanted to go to the place, so we all went together. We were supposed to go Monday, but we looked at the price, and my boyfriend decided he didn't want to go, so we didn't. Yesterday, Tuesday, he spent the day with his friend. Today, he let me know offhandedly he did go to the adult playground without me yesterday. I told him it hurt my feelings because he knew I really wanted to go, and specifically to go with him. His response is that I'm always upset with him, and I shouldn't be because he didn't even have fun. Do I have the right to be a little hurt that he went without me? Quick and a little info at the bottom. The adult playground, it's not sexual, it's just games and competitions, but it's 21 and over. Who wants to start here?
I do.
Go.
I do. She's totally in the right. Like, that sucks. I don't know. I really feel for her. It's like, oh, we had this plan to go do this thing. It's like, well, kind of expensive. It can't go. And then all of a sudden he just goes? No, no, she's not overreacting at all. That's kind of crappy. At least, like, tell her about it. Like, hey, my buddy and I decided that we are going to go to this thing. Like, is that okay? Because, like, she's having FOMO. And if a person experiences a lot of FOMO, like, it's not a bad idea to just, like, let them know. Like, hey, I am going to go to this. I'm sorry. I know I said we didn't go, but I'll go check it out and we can still go at some other time. But he didn't. He just, like, went. I don't know. I'm with her.
But wait.
So to give more info, a couple people asked like, hey, well, did the friend pay? Like maybe, he offered, and because that was part of the problem with the price, and it was like, I'll pay for you, and spur of the moment. Nope. The guy actually, her boyfriend actually offered to pay for the guy, her friend. So just so you know, it's just info for everyone at home.
Oh, I'm like super in on that. There's more. Come on.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
go
want to
ahead.
like be too much of an asshole here, but this is one of those situations where like one, you are not remotely in the wrong. This is frustrating of him to have done. Like it was the exact same situation the other day, and he was like, "Oh, well, I don't want to do it today." But two, he hates you. You got to break up. Like I don't want to like
That's like
project this or whatever. Look at this. He goes,
That's so funny.
his response is that I'm always upset with him. It'd be like, why did you do this thing I really wanted to do with someone else a day after we could have all done it together? And he's like, God, you're always upset with me.
I wonder why.
If you're always upset with him, maybe there's a good reason. You know, if he keeps doing this shit, time to go.
Oh, that sucks. Ugh, I feel bad for her.
Yes. And I do like that she's not like, she's not asking, should I break up with him or anything? She's just, do I have a right to be a little hurt? And the answer to that is, of course.
Yeah.
You have the right to be a little hurt about almost anything in the fucking world. And like we have a lot of guys who are hurt by stupid things their partner did and didn't mean, and whatever. You can be a little hurt, I'm not going to fucking stop you. This one, you have a really good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not overreacting. Absolutely not, for being like, "Hey, I wanted to do that." Oh man.
This is like a general relationship
it's okay.
thing too. Like, I don't know. I think people just I'm curious as to what like phase of the relationship they're in. Like, have they been together like 6 months or a year or maybe like 3 years or something? Because this can happen when you're kind of like moving on to the next phase. Like, maybe they started dating a little bit and maybe they're kind of in like that third phase where they're maybe getting like not like moved in together, but are kind of like starting to get to the point where this relationship would get there. And during that sort of nebulous time, it can be easy to kind of get in like a routine, and then the other person doesn't think to like, I don't know, I'm kind of waffling here, but basically like people can get in a rut and they just like not think about this as something that could potentially hurt their partner or hurt their partner's feelings. So I don't know, you kind of communicate about this stuff a little bit more. But she's not in the wrong.
No, she's not
about
overreacting at all.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, the red flag here is you're always upset with me. It's like, what the hell? Why would you say that? And maybe you are.
Do you want to vote on this one real quick?
Yeah.
Decision time.
We don't think this girl's the asshole, right?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so at all. No.
Okay, Danny, I know you want to dig into the comments, right?
I have to. It's so good.
Yeah. I was like, we have to vote first, but like the comments really illustrate what's going on.
All right,
here.
should we do a formal 3, 2, 1?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. 3, 2, 1.
No, you're not. No, you're not overreacting. You're not a jerk. You're fine. You're fine.
The council has spoken.
Hit it, Danny.
Okay, so more info. The guy went with his roommate and his girlfriend. So he third wheeled himself.
I can't go with my girlfriend, but I'll go with you and your girlfriend and pay for the 3 of you.
This is just unacceptable.
It's just so funny to me. Like,
It gets even better. Listen to this paragraph. I have been with my boyfriend for 8 months now. I haven't been around his roommate or the girlfriend because my boyfriend keeps us pretty separate, though we all hung out once and we had a great time, and his friend always makes sure to come say hi to me. When my boyfriend is with his friend, I am never invited because he's with the boys. But I comment that his friend's girlfriend is always there. I'm told it's because she's one of the boys too.
Oh my god. Why are you even dating her?
Just get in a thruple with these two. Holy shit.
Like, come on.
It's
I
just
just some of
such
this
a
stuff.
funny scenario.
Some of this stuff, I read these and I read the comments and I'm just like, there's no way. Like, how do people keep themselves in relationships like this? And also, how do people do this to their partner? Like,
Him and his friend were hanging out at their apartment. The friend said, "Hey, let's wait for my girlfriend to get home and see if she wants to do the playground today." So they did that.
Man, I will say the other guy is great. He's taking his girlfriend everywhere.
He's a good boyfriend, yeah. And he even got someone else to pay for it. You know, he's savvy.
No, he ended up not paying. I think I found in the comments that he paid normally for him and his girlfriend, and then the main boyfriend paid for himself. But it's awesome.
It just stinks.
It's so funny.
So much.
It's awesome. It's so funny.
What a shithead. 29, like, the age, 29. Like, I'm 30. This guy's basically,
I'm
he's
also
about
30.
to be 30. And this is what you do? Like, you're still, like, this is like high school shit. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, I didn't invite my girlfriend. She's kind of a stinker.
Like, God.
This is the best. Also, I sent him this Reddit. He knows I posted it and doesn't mind. It helped him check himself, seeing majority of people saying I wasn't overreacting. You're out of your mind if you think this has helped anything.
That's awesome.
If you think he's going to read these Reddit comments and be like, oh,
I've seen the error of my ways.
here's what's going to happen. Next time you get into a fight and you go kind of silent, he's going to go, why don't you go ask Reddit what they think, huh? Why don't you go see what the Redditors think about our relationship?
That's so funny.
Why don't you let me know how many updates what I just told you is going to get?
To be fair, I'd also be pissed if you were like, what the fuck? You're airing out our like problems online.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Oh my god.
I love the concept of being like, yeah. Don't worry. He's like, you're overreacting. No, I'm not. Looks like we're at an impasse. If only someone could help us with this
If
situation.
only I had a large amount of people who will have no job.
Sorry. That was mean of me. Sorry, Reddit.
That's the reason they can't go to the adult playground is they can't afford it because they need mommy's money. You ready to go to the next one?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I think we probably do a little bit of man hating on this show. Right?
What?
Oh, we do.
So
Oh, yeah, hold on. I'm allowed to hate on a guy. I can't forget this one, and I never will. A guy who shits on the kitchen floor. I will always use that one.
Like that's so funny. I love any criticisms we might get about man hating on the show because it's like, look, first of all, if you can't realize how men do awful things in relationships, like I don't know what to tell you, but also just like a dude literally shit on an ex-girlfriend's kitchen counter. Like I don't.
did you consider it was funny? Yeah, the good news is that we don't only hate men on this show.
That's true.
Right now, I'm giving you the opportunity to, if you so desire, hate on a woman. But please hear out the entire post before we get there. All right, this comes from Am I the Asshole? It's 3 days old. Am I the asshole for calling my sister a jealous hag?
You're not starting off strong, but okay.
I mean, I don't know. Is she a jealous hag, right? Like that's
that's a big insult too.
Yeah.
I love that
I
insult.
love that.
That's
like
definitely
creative.
a sister insult too. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like saying insults to a family member is totally different because you would never, like, I don't know, you'll call people like, oh, they're such an asshole or whatever. But like your sibling, you'll be like, they're a fucking useless swine. It's like,
Oh my
you're
god.
only gonna call a sibling that.
And especially sisters.
Yeah, that's true.
The bond that sisters have, ooh, the claws can come out. Jealous hag, I think she got off easy. Am I the asshole for calling my sister a jealous hag because she got judgy over my husband making me an Easter basket? All right.
Okay. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
My husband and I do Easter baskets for one another. This year he gave me mine early because I'm going to be gone for Easter. In the basket was the usual. He had a dark chocolate buddy, Starburst jelly beans, some Swifty stuff from Etsy. By the way, for anyone who is like mid-20s and wants easy gift stuff, Etsy is just free money.
Etsy's great.
A fidget toy, and surprisingly, he got me 3 bottles of perfumes that were on my wish list. I was shocked because that was a big spend. I was over the moon. I took a pic and posted it to Insta stories. The next day, my sister came over. I'd left my basket on the table, and she poked it over in some jelly beans, and then she made a comment asking me if my husband had stepped out on me or something and was trying to make it up. I was like, no? Why would you say that? She asked why he'd go all out like this, and how it must be nice to have all this extra money to spend when everyone around us is struggling. Oh, it must be so nice to have such a picture-perfect marriage.
Whoa.
I was really taken aback. I asked her what her issue is. She was like, most women I know can't even get their husbands to fill a Christmas stocking for them, and you're out here bragging on yours and shoving it in everyone's faces. She said she was lucky if she got a card for her birthday.
Oh. Low value man alert. Low value man alert.
We found a way to hate on men still.
Continue.
Yes.
I can't comment. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
I told her to stop blaming me because she chose to marry a thoughtless man. That she had the choice to marry someone who did nice things for her, and she chose to marry a man who wouldn't help around the house or buy her flowers, etc. And not to be a pissy, jealous hag because she chose to settle. This set her off.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
She started arguing with me war, telling me I'm fucked up for calling her a jealous hag when there's nothing to be jealous of. More like embarrassed that it's 2024 and I'm acting like life is a rom-com. The fact that I even listen to Taylor Swift at all is proof that I need to grow up.
Oh, she's reaching.
I told her to get out and doubled down on her being a pissy, jealous hag. Now I'm on the other side of the country for work. I feel like maybe I was over the top in calling her a hag. I should have said something like, "You're just jealous." It's the most annoying comeback in the world, and I did use it on my own sister. She also typically texts me throughout the day and hasn't sent me anything since then, which means she is definitely still pissed. Am I the asshole?
Whoa.
Let me at him. Let me at
Go,
him.
Daddy. Go.
I'm
go.
so sorry that you are dating a low value man. I'm sorry. You got owned. You got so
my God.
owned.
Why make it everyone's problem that your husband sucks? Holy shit. What a loser.
Oh
Okay,
my
listen.
God.
Was it like catty for her to be like, "You're just a jealous hag"?
Disclaimer, of course.
It was catty.
Yeah.
You know, she probably could have said it in a way that de-escalated it instead of escalating it. But in the defense of this woman, the sister came out fucking swinging.
Totally.
Like baseball bat, like whoa, whap. Holy sh.
Usually I'm not like, "Oh, you should escalate and escalate." I'm like, one person is going to have to step back and like reorient themselves and be emotionally mature. But like, how do you lead a conversation about an Easter basket with like, "Oh, well, it must be so nice to have a husband who's willing to do stuff for you"?
Whoa, even better. She starts with, "Oh, is he making up for something? Did he
He must
like
be
cheat
cheating
on
on
you?" Oh my God.
Yeah, that's ouch. That's really shitty.
That's insane.
Like, what a shitty assumption. Is
God.
like, oh, the only way a man would ever do something so nice is if he cheated on you. And it's like, whoa. Like,
I've said it
I'm
once. I've
offended
said it
by
1,000 times. Women are scary.
They're scary.
Like,
They're frightening people.
damn. That shit's
Oh my
so
God.
whack.
All right, let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about the Easter basket. So this dovetails nicely with a bit of discourse that was on Twitter yesterday, which was someone describing an Easter basket that looked like this and was like weirded out that in many places an Easter basket is just candy. She was like, "I thought you got like a couple little toys with it. Is this like this for everyone?" And it caused a day and a half of people exploding. I think it's reasonable to be like, it's okay if you get some candy and some little knickknacks, or it's okay if you just get candy. I think Easter basket rules are pretty loose. And I think for the husband, it was clearly just an excuse to get her like a nice gift that he knew she wanted, right?
Yeah.
Right. For
God
sure.
forbid men do anything. I'm a men's activist for this one.
Honestly.
Men's rights.
What I'm trying to say is I don't think they're like trying to rub in how expensive everything is. I think it's well within the scope of what would be an acceptable and normal Easter basket. It's not like he got her a fucking car. He got her a couple
Yeah,
of perfumes
a
and like a
perfume.
mug that says, you know, Kendrick Lamar featuring Taylor Swift Bad Blood HD,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't think that I don't think this is that big of a deal. Like how are you going to get that pissed off about? I guess I could see the sister's point of view if the husband bought like a huge expensive new car and she spent all day taking photos of it and bragging about it online and posting it to all her socials.
Absolutely.
I think it would still be petty then from the sister's perspective, but at least I'd understand it.
right.
Getting this mad about Taylor Swift Etsy store shit and perfume is like,
A chocolate
no,
bunny,
sorry.
jelly beans.
All right, I'm going to jump in on this because I'm sorry. All this is projecting an insecurity, right? Like,
Absolutely.
The sister is clearly holding back some sort of, like, harboring a lot of, like, not resentment, but being upset at something that's lacking in her relationship, right?
Oh,
like,
you think?
yeah, well, duh, I know. I'm saying
I'd be lucky to
obviously,
get a
like, that's the
card
case.
for my birthday.
That's
Like, whoa.
I'm looking at her like, you a victim.
Yeah, and clearly she's like hasn't or either has had that discussion and nothing has come from it, or hasn't had that discussion yet and doesn't feel like it's acceptable for her to have that discussion with her husband, and is taking that frustration out on her sister. Like, duh, this is super obvious, right? We can agree on that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I would have liked for the poster to, take a second and be like, okay, why are you addressing me like this, right? But also, I'm sorry, you're allowed to react this way. 100%. 100%. Just like, look, I'm gonna run back to our biggest argument.
Well, that's different. Apples to oranges. Different.
Yeah, it is
different
apples
stuff.
and oranges.
Sure, whatever. But all I'm saying is the thing that ties the two is that you're allowed to react a certain way when somebody does something that hurts you. And like when somebody's like, oh, bought nice things, guess he cheated on you. Oh, you're shoving it in our face with how good your relationship is. You're a bitch or whatever. Like I don't know. Normally I'd want the reaction to be better, but I can't blame her. I can't blame her at all for being like, what the hell, you jealous hag? Like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the other
Go
one
on,
was like
queen.
the guy was like being passive aggressive based over something the wife didn't think was even a problem. And this one is like the sister shows up to the doorstep and like from frame one is like, fuck you, bitch.
So first start like, is he cheating on you? What the
Leads the
fuck?
combo.
Why did you say that? And she starts out actually pretty well. She's like, no, what? Why would you say that? Like, what makes you say that? And then she's like, oh, good. Now to, I teed up. Now to do the full swing. And it's like,
She thought she was gonna fucking wall combo though. She dropped the rhythm. Bop, bop, bop.
crash through the other stage. Like, boom, next round.
I do feel bad for her though, like even though she was a huge asshole here, like just coming out swinging like this, I don't know, like clearly she's in a place of hurt with her current marriage, and that sucks, like I mean this was not the poster's responsibility to be the therapist in the moment after the clause came out immediately, but I mean clearly the sister does need to talk about this in an actual healthy, productive manner and either get some advice or something from someone.
No birthday card? No birthday card? Not even a card, dude?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really buy cards a lot, but like, I mean, how
the card itself doesn't matter. Just the gesture, like
you gotta do something.
Something.
I know. I remember, like, how shitty would it be to be in a relationship where you're just like, oh, I don't even get this. It's like, oh God, I never want to.
I do like, it's like, oh, well, nice job rubbing it in our faces. I don't even get a card for my birthday. The response like, are you all right?
Yeah. Like,
are you okay? Do you need some help?
There were two routes that happened here. It's very funny that you make that joke, Joseph, because I was actually going to say, like, if the response was like, are you okay? Tears. That's the other ending.
No.
Right?
You don't know enough women in situations like this. There's a big percent chance that she just immediately gets defensive and is like, why wouldn't I be? Just because we don't like parading all around the street doesn't mean that we're not doing good.
I disagree. I think this was the Mass Effect Paragon and Renegade dialogue path.
Oh, like you would know what that means. You just went blue good, red bad.
Yes, I did.
So you have no nuance on it. You just go, oh
you
boy,
think
blue
this shit
good.
is Steven
Item.
Universe. You pick the right dialogue and they start crying.
No,
Come
exactly.
on.
That's what happened. I guarantee it. it. But the Renegade option happened, and I can't blame her.
Okay.
Can't blame her.
Let's actually talk about the funniest thing here, which is that she thinks the sister thinks that Taylor Swift is like childish for some reason.
I'm sorry, Taylor Swift is for middle-aged white women.
Yeah, like what?
Yes.
That's her target audience.
The white women who are like 19 and like Taylor Swift, they're just middle-aged white women in trading.
But like Taylor Swift is also mega popular.
Yeah, but I like Taylor Swift.
What?
I like
She's
Taylor
like-
Swift. Like,
She's like, it's like, how is it childish to
Oh,
like?
so you like Taylor? Some of us can't find things to like, all right? You don't have to parade
some of
around.
us are always
but-
unhappy.
Wait a
bastard.
minute, how are you hating on this? That's how I know she was grasping at straws, because I was like, really? You think like Taylor Swift is child? It's like a musical artist. Come on.
It is one of those funny things where it's like, at least I don't listen to Taylor Swift. It's like, the most popular artist on the planet?
Yeah.
I
Like,
guess you don't. I don't know.
She was so popular. She had like right wingers be like, "That's woke. That she's woke for kissing." Like,
It's like, how are you still doing pick me stuff when you're in like
Yeah.
a clearly worse relationship?
yeah.
Like,
You've been
whatever
picked.
strategy you've done has not landed
It's
you
not
in a good
picking.
spot.
Yeah, you're picking the bad one.
You got slim pickings. Oh no, this is sad for the woman, but as much as we like to pretend we're very emotionally mature, and in situations like this we'd like to offer empathy to everyone involved, sometimes I just like seeing two people be catty bitches. I'm
That's
not gonna
true.
lie.
That's true.
That's true.
Fight,
No,
fight. Here's the thing. One update is that while they were fighting, she ate her jelly beans.
That's so funny.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Yeah, she said she took some jelly beans. Yeah.
Yeah, she ate the jelly beans, but she ate the grape ones.
So wait, the sister ate the jelly
Yeah, the
beans?
sister.
While-
Yeah.
Oh,
She poked
that
over
kinda
it and
is
took
even
some
more
jelly beans.
sad.
Like
It's like,
stuffing
I
jelly
never
beans
get
into my
jelly
mouth and like
beans.
crying as I taste the sugar that I'm never afforded even on my birthday.
Oh, man. Fuck the husband. I'm back to man hating. Hold on a second. That dude sucks.
No,
Yes.
he clearly does. She sucks too. I will. You
Yeah.
know what? Let's get in front of the man hating
Yeah.
for one day. Husband of the wife who is posting, doing a good job.
He's getting
Good
away.
job. That's
He's
true.
Oh,
doing a
that
good
guy's
job.
great. That guy's great.
Yeah, he rocks.
Yeah. What a great dude. Dudes rock.
Hey, folks at home, sometimes your partner might actually like gifts. You know?
You gotta
Even
find
if
that
you
shit
don't
out.
think
Give 'em
you're good at
toys.
gift giving, just do it.
Give them some toys. They love toys. Everybody loves toys.
What are you?
Everybody loves
I
toys.
was trying to be wholesome. Okay.
I'm
never
being
mind.
wholesome too. I'm saying everybody
Okay.
loves toys. You get them like
Okay.
get them like a fidget spinner. See how they react to the fidget spinner. She gets a fidget spinner in the Easter basket.
That's true. Okay, I thought you were being weird because it's.
Oh, you thought like sex toys?
Yes. You had a
I
you
didn't
had a
mean that at
tone
all.
to your voice. You were like,
No.
"Get him some toys." Like, what the
I'm
fuck?
sorry.
Like-
I like toys. All right. I apologize.
Oh,
that my passion for Funko Pops makes you think.
Oh God, I'm gonna wedgie you. Got it.
dude,
God.
I need the Joseph Funko Pop, so
Ooh,
you can
coming
start
sooner than you
contributing
might
to the landfill.
All right. You guys want to vote on this?
Yeah,
one?
let's vote, and I have an
Yes.
update too.
Decision time.
All right. Is this woman who called her sister a jealous, stupid, whorish,
No, she
slutty
didn't say that.
bitch of a hag? Is she in the wrong? 3, 2, 1.
No,
she
she's
should
not
have
the
gone
asshole.
further.
Yeah, go. Yeah, go
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah, go more claws. Go even worse.
Yeah.
Call her. Tell her she. Never mind.
The council has spoken.
Okay, so she says she's responding to someone on Reddit. She's like, okay, listen, it's not about the money, but I want to talk about the effort behind her husband's problems, because apparently this is like a common thing. My sister's husband does not pay attention to what she likes or dislikes in terms of gifts. If he even remembers to get her things, he gives her very generic things that he probably finds on lists of 30 gifts for wives, and it's often stuff she doesn't like. This is we're still talking about the sister, not the OP. She has complained about it for years, and nothing ever changes because at his core, he doesn't care. She will go out of her way to make stockings for him and the kids, but she doesn't get that effort returned.
God.
We got one based awesome dudes rock guy married to OP, and then we've got like the worst low value garbage man on the right.
Oh man.
Mm.
I don't know. I was bad
It
at
sucks.
gift giving for a while. I'm not saying I was
That's
as bad as
fair.
this guy, but I was bad at gift giving for a while, and it's like that was like a thing that I had to improve in my relationship, because I don't know. I don't want to come off as somebody who's like the best husband in the world. You know, I'm certainly not. There are things I can improve on, and that was one thing that I had to do a lot better at, was like intentionally getting a gift, whether it be like just a random day where you go buy flowers. I think that is like the best thing you can do
I love
as a
doing that.
husband. It's just like no occasion, random Wednesday, coming home from work, buying flowers.
It's great.
Yeah,
Also,
that's,
like, you can work
stuff to
around
improve on.
like really bad gift giving, and you just, as again, communication. But like, if you talk to someone and be like, listen, I'm like terrible at gift giving, so like, if you want something, tell me or give me a roundabout way and I will buy it. Like, that's
Set
what
up a
like
gift
that's
stir.
what like some friends I had do, or like family, they were like, listen, I don't want to try and like guess or like surprise. I'm really bad at it, but I'm really good at getting whatever you want. So just tell me and I'll do it. And I was like, oh, okay, get me this. And I got it.
I'm
And-
really good at going to Amazon and purchasing the item.
yeah, listen, I got what I wanted, right? Like,
Counts. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, good enough. Ugh, all right, you guys ready for the next one?
yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, this is the last one. This one's a thinker. 4 days ago from r/relationship advice, my 25F best friend 24M proposed to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm confused and mortified. Where can we go from here?
Whoa.
Friend?
Whoa.
What is this, like a comic? Like,
oh
what?
man,
All right,
my
here we
name
go,
is
here we
in
go.
this.
Frankly, I'm still in shock that this happened, so this might be all over the place. Bear with me, all fake names, etc., etc. Jordan.
Yeah.
And okay,
Oh,
we'll change it to
Yeah. Change the name.
Peter and I met in university 2 years ago. We both started at the same time because our ages were considered mature students, so we became friends as we shared a dorm. We joke around about being old together to be considered mature in early 20s. We weren't on the same course, but given we lived together, we would hang out pretty much all the time whenever we didn't have a lecture. We joined a bunch of societies together. We went drinking every weekend. It was a sweet gig because it meant we were never alone. Obviously, we made other friends, both alone and together, but we were always each other's number one at the end of the day. At the moment, we're on spring holiday for Easter, and while we haven't hung out constantly, we made plans to visit each other's hometowns because we're from different places. Today, we went to mine, a big city central. This morning, we went there, and we were wandering around the streets doing sightseeing because he's never been. There's street sellers here selling you everything from hot dogs to Pokemon hats. I wanted a caricature. I've never had one. I thought it would be funny to get and hang over my bed. I asked Jordan if he wanted to get in, and he refused. No worries, so I sat down to get it done. They didn't take very long, 5 minutes. I stayed and looked straight forward at the artist the entire time. He finished it, and I loved it, and I turned it to show to Jordan. When I turned, though, I literally don't know what to say. He's down on one knee, holding up a ring box. I don't even know what he said, if he did the whole proposal speech, because I was confused. I wasn't really paying attention. Remember, again, this is a busy city. It had drawn a mini crowd coming to cheer us on. I burst into laughter. To be honest, I thought it was a prank. We have never been prankster types, but I couldn't come up with another explanation. So I laughed and laughed and laughed until I looked at Jordan and he looked heartbroken. So I asked him something along the lines of, "You're not being serious?" This is the only thing I remember him saying. He shut the box, stood up, shrugged, and said, "I guess not anymore," and walked off. This left me standing pretty awkwardly in this gathered crowd of people, a lot of whom were giving me looks, which made me uncomfortable. The plan was to meet back up at a hotel. We had booked rooms next door to each other, so I figured that's where he's going. I headed back that way. But he's not there, so I wait, and he still doesn't return. I text him out of concern at 1:15 p.m. It's 6 p.m. as I'm writing this, just asking if he's okay. He responds with a long message back, which I would post because it's an odd read, but I won't out of respect to his privacy, in which he accuses me of leading him on, asks why I didn't break up with him sooner, said I had publicly humiliated him, and that he thought I loved him the same way, and our relationship was strong enough to consider taking the next step. For me, this is out of left field. I have no idea where in the world he got this idea from. The closest we've ever been physically is a hug, hello, and goodbye. I've never even flirted with him for this exact reason. I've had too many friendships collapse because they can't tell the difference between serious interest and joking banter in friendships, so I'm always extra careful to not. We've never kissed. We've never been on a date. We've never had sex. I do not find him physically attractive, and I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with him. I don't understand where on earth he's got this idea we are. This isn't something he's brought up before. I'm genuinely bewildered. He hasn't returned to the hotel. I knocked to check and have been listening. Nothing. I haven't responded to his paragraph because I don't know how to. I'm stunned and taken aback. I have genuinely no idea where to go from here or what to do. I haven't told anyone in person yet, mostly because I don't want to bring this up to people who know Peter. So here I am turning to strangers on Reddit instead. What in the world do I do?
Wow.
Ooh.
This is an insane read. My God.
All right, I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Actually, you know what, Joseph? I think you
Yeah,
haven't started yet.
you
So
start.
I haven't started yet, but I don't know what I'm going to fucking say about this. If you've got something, go for it.
I do. I have a hot take. Maybe it's not a hot take because I've heard this opinion before, but I do agree with it. I think that public proposals are inherently manipulative.
Ooh, I'm in.
That is such a stupid fucking take that I agree with 100%.
I agree. We agree.
That's bullshit, but I believe it.
I think I get the ick from public proposals because there is a huge public pressure the minute there's like a crowd around you, right? It just feels very manipulative to me.
It's icky.
To be like,
it's icky.
It's just icky to me. I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh, this woke millennial," but like, sorry, it's
Well,
like,
why don't you put your ring in some avocado toast?
Oh, I guess you just want to cancel proposals now.
I do. I
Does
think
marriage
you
make you
propose-
uncomfortable? Maybe you'd rather be in a polyamorous relationship with your fur babies.
It's just like, I don't know, like, yeah, if you've been together a very long time and it's like very obvious, like, sure, I guess, whatever, go propose at the mall. But like, I don't know, the public
I need the hot topic to be accessible during the proposal.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the public proposals are just gross, and like, there's like the shame in it if you say no and all that. So, not a fan personally. But that's just a side point to all this. I mean, there's also the other point of just like, well, guys in relationships always think that it's like something more than it actually is, or they try to use a friendship to like lead into a relationship or something like that. I don't know. I'm not beating the man hating allegations here, but this is just like a typical thing that men do. Like,
no, it is not. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stick up for the man here.
Okay.
This is not the men, not this man. This is not typical male behavior.
Okay, fair. I didn't use my words better, but this is not typical for sure.
Yeah, it's typical male behavior to be like, "Oh, is she into me?" when she's not. She's just being nice, right?
I was
That's
gonna
what I
say
mean.
that. Yeah.
But
Which she accounts for.
It usually doesn't go so far as you propose to her without an understanding that you're dating.
That is crazy.
That's
like,
insane.
Okay, so I'm going to be real with you. I feel a lot for the man in this story.
Really? In what way?
I can kind of
Because
see why. Sure.
It is bad, and I feel bad admitting this out loud, but it is a pitiable kind of empathy for this person because clearly they just like are inexperienced in terms of dating. They don't know what a relationship entails. Maybe they have like these hang-ups about relationships or about sex in relationships that come from an incomplete understanding of what a healthy relationship looks like. I'm
That's
reading
true.
a lot into it, but I'm trying to figure out what would possess someone to do something like this. And I don't think I can come away with a good explanation that doesn't involve this person is severely detached from the reality of dating, because of years of neglect. And
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like, I feel really bad for him. And the rough part about this is the woman in the story also feels really bad for him. Clearly.
Yeah.
Of course they're friends. They've been friends forever. Like they like do shit together. They care about each other. These are really good friends. And like in a normal world would be a great platonic relationship. Like, yeah, this is like one of my great buddies, like and they support each other. Like I have friends like this but like sorry, continue your thoughts.
I guess I could understand him reading the situation wrong if they're making plans to fly out to each other's like area where they live. Like maybe he gets the wrong impression that she's interested in me. That I think would be defensible. I don't think you can get to we are dating and about to be married from anything that we've been
Oh
told.
my god.
I don't,
Proposal. They've never kissed. They haven't touched each other. How can
It's
you
a
be
tough
married?
one for. Oh, have you seen the Kiss Virgins Mormon dating show?
No. What?
Oh, that show fucking kicks ass. It's those shows that are like, oh, we were virgins. Like it's virgins marry other virgins, right?
Okay.
It's like
Okay. Sure.
Well, there's one of those for people who also have never kissed anyone, and their first kiss is their kiss on their wedding day, and like it's super meaningful to them, but it's always bad. It's always them being like, "Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing."
That's
They're like licking each other. It's so funny.
no.
Anyway, I don't know. What I would say in this position is a lot of people are speculating in the comments about like a mental break, and like I get the impulse behind doing that speculation, but this is something that had to be planned. Like you don't accidentally bring a ring box, to a place.
Yeah.
Clarifies further in the comments that like it had like her birthstone in it or something too. I think legitimately you are just going to have a really, really hard conversation with this guy about what your friendship entails, what dating entails, and you are going to have it in a public place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm going a little crazy. I don't know. I feel like this guy's insane. That's it. Just
I think it's a combination of like definitely doesn't have a good grasp on what dating looks like, and also has probably some sort of mental illness. Like not to diagnose through a computer screen or whatever, but like he needs help in a lot of ways.
I don't know about that. I could see this being like a generally clueless kind of guy. Like,
oh my God, really?
I mean, I don't care how
know.
clueless you are. You're not marrying.
You're not
someone.
marrying someone you haven't touched.
I don't know.
Dude.
I think you underestimate the cluelessness of men.
I mean, I guess that's true. Like, jokes aside, though, this is a level beyond stupid. Like, it's not stupid, right? Like, it's not even dumb. He's like, plan this. Like, they know each other well, but like, maybe it's dumb. I don't know. Maybe you guys are really stupid.
I'm trying
and
not to paint this guy as some sinister, evil, manipulative man.
Yeah. I mean, me too,
even though I talked about that thing at the start, that was just a separate thing for whatever. Either way, but like, I'm trying not to paint him as some like sinister, evil man, but I'm also trying not to paint him as like neurodivergent by not understanding what dating is. Like, there is some sort of space in between or around those two things where this guy is so genuinely clueless about what a relationship looks like or about what flirtatiousness or attraction looks like that he thought that she was in love with him. He's just delusional. I think he's
just
delusional.
Mega delulu. I think he just like suddenly developed an actual crush, like maybe more recently, and was like, I'm in love. I have to marry her. It's the only way. Delusion.
Exactly. That's my take on this.
I agree.
Yeah, it's I think it's almost impossible to come to any sort of reasonable consensus about this.
Oh, of course.
Because clearly what's happened is this guy has done something completely detached from reality, doesn't understand why it's detached from reality, and like, how do you manage that? And it's like, outside of having a real, like the hardest conversation of your life in a public setting, I really don't know what the plan is. I think that's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah. I think.
Okay, wait. We have to remember, disclaimer. He said to her that she was leading him on.
I do like that she spends paragraphs afterwards being like, no, I wasn't.
No, I didn't.
I don't even jokingly flirt with him because this type of thing has happened in the past.
Like, I would understand maybe from the guy's perspective that she was quote unquote leading them on if they were like hooking up regularly or like, they were like friends with benefits, but like they don't touch like that. They don't even they hugged once. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, clearly just doesn't understand what the boundaries of flirtatiousness and
I almost forgot. I just want to remind myself.
He's just delulu.
Yeah,
he's just genuinely delusional.
This guy's insane.
Making up attraction out of nowhere. But again, I don't want to paint him as like sinister or evil.
I don't think he's sinister, but I do think that's like, it's still pretty like, I don't know.
Whack.
I don't want to say fucked up, but it's just like wrong. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, talk to your friend if you like them so much, like be like, I like you, like do that conversation if you love them so much. Don't drop marriage. What? You're weird, right?
Danny, why don't you pressure them into marrying you by going into a public setting?
God,
never mind, I'm back in my manipulative arc. Never mind, I'm back.
Okay,
I'm back.
listen, I understand that public proposals have the capacity to be, a little manipulative in that way. You're not going to get over, we have never held
Yeah.
hands to
I know,
marriage
I know.
No,
by
yeah.
doing it in the middle of
I
a
know.
Christmas market. Me like getting down getting down on one knee in Walmart next to a stranger and being like, well, the peer pressure might help us overcome these hurdles real quick.
It's like
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
reading like a really poorly written Scott Pilgrim comic. It's like Scott, was just friends with Ramona the whole time. They don't even touch. And then he marries her, and she's like, "Dude, I don't
like-
want to get married."
He's like says a Pac-Man fact, and then in the middle of the bar, he gets down on one knee, and he's like, "Societal pressure move activated."
Yeah.
Like 8-bit text appears.
No, stop.
This is so bizarre. Wow. Whew.
Joseph, can we do the update before or after?
Yeah, let's do it after.
Decision time.
Do we think this woman is the asshole? 3, 2, 1.
No.
No.
Very
You are
weird.
normal. He is not.
The council has spoken.
There is an update. And it's not that interesting.
Yeah.
Here's what it is. Peter did not come back to the hotel. I stayed up until 1 a.m. I fell asleep
Nice.
when he didn't return. When I woke up the next day, the staff let me know he checked himself out at about 6 a.m. I responded to his big text. I took everyone's advice. I told him I was sorry it didn't go as he had expected. I wasn't sure where he got the impression we were together. Be happy to sit and have a discussion about it so we're all on the same page. He was not happy. Again, he went off with a bunch of the same type of thing he said in the first message. It didn't seem to be going through his head at all. Even in the new text, he would refer to this as me breaking up with him. I explicitly told him we are not dating and have never. His messages were clear and coherent, but what he was saying was not based in reality. He wasn't sending paragraphs, just sentences in really quick succession, blowing my phone up. He told me he didn't want to meet up with me because I had ripped out his heart and crushed it in public. I asked him for instances he could recall. Fuck you, Jordan. That made him think we were dating, but he completely ignored the question and just kept going on and on about how hurt he was I was breaking up with him. He said he loved me more than anything and had felt so confident I had too, which is why he felt so certain about proposing to move our relationship along. Eventually, to be honest, I grew tired of the conversation. I stopped responding because he was going in circles. I asked where he got this idea. He ignored it and told me how hurt he is, etc., etc. He went on saying he thought it would be a ring I like because it was my favorite gem instead of diamond, and that he had been working up the courage to do so for a while and figured doing it while I was at home would make it more special. For a while, he was just talking to himself in my texts because I wasn't responding. When I checked back 20 minutes later, he had like 60 messages that were all one sentence. At the end, he apologized and told me it didn't matter anyway because I wouldn't see him around anymore. I was concerned and I asked for clarification. He said he was going to drop out of university because he couldn't deal with the shame. That's where our conversation ended. I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know where he is. I didn't ask him, which is my bad. I'm not sure if or when we will ever talk again. This has been quite a boring update. I'm sorry. I can't excite everyone. I feel like a lot is unanswered. I don't know where he got the idea. He hasn't explained it. I haven't reached out to his family yet. I consider it, but if he's not having a mental health crisis, I don't want to involve them unnecessarily. And then there's a bonus update because people say you should ask your friends who live in the dorm with you if they ever heard him refer to you as his girlfriend. And he says, I asked all our mutual friends, everyone, or if he ever suggested we were dating. Everyone I asked said they have no clue. He never mentioned it. I don't know if this is something he's newly started thinking, but either way, I've also screenshotted his texts and reading back on them with a less confused mindset. They read pretty manic. I have reached out to his mother.
Ugh. Jeez.
So he's having like an episode.
Yeah,
right?
this is an
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
1,000,000%. I'm sorry. You are
This is
absolutely delusional. Oh man.
Yeah.
wow. Boy.
Whoa.
Really kind of a scary one to end on.
Yeah. Spooky.
Yeah, I hope that everyone involved in this is okay. I hope the
me
guy's
too.
okay.
Me
I
too.
think that-
When you have those kinds of episodes, it's like, oh, you just want them to be all right, you know?
and I hope, of course, the girl is okay too.
Yeah.
Whew. But
Also,
yeah,
Guys
go
out there, if you want to have a nice proposal, go to a beach. Hire a photographer.
Ooh,
wow, I
Go to
could
a
not
beach.
agree more. I could not agree
Beach,
more.
Perfect.
I'm a
Go
big
to a
beach
beach.
truther.
That's a
Go to a
truther.
beach.
I'm in.
With a nice remember, nice photographer.
Yes.
Have them hide somewhere. Just do what I did.
I think Joseph did it too.
I also did a beach, yeah. In fact, I got down on one knee and I said, "Will you marry me?" And my wife said, "No." She said, "No, no, no."
This is true. This is true.
My
This is
my
literally
family
true.
was like, "Oh my god, like, are we gonna have to comfort him?" She was saying no because she thought that I was doing a bit, because all that week I had been kneeling down and pretending to propose to her, just like in random places. She was like, no, this moment is too perfect. I wish you weren't doing a bit and you were really doing it. And I was like, I'm really doing it. Are we gonna get married or not? And she was like, okay, we can get married, I guess. And I said, if we don't get married, then I'm not gonna keep paying for things. And she said, oh, we'll get married, please.
Oh my God.
Don't take away my Easter baskets.
True.
She's
Yes.
actually she's right next to me here, and she's just flipping me off.
Annoying man.
How much you spend on
ever.
perfume?
And my
Jillian,
perfume
I'm so-
budget is staggering.
You know, I'm trying to say like, oh my God, most annoying man, but I am so annoying too. All three of this.
You know what's the worst? Danny is not annoying. He's annoying to you and I, but in relationships, he's very sweet. Isn't that fucked up?
It's so
He's gonna develop the annoying gene at some point, like the annoying strand
And
of
if
DNA.
he
is
doesn't
just gonna
develop it, I'm
magically
gonna put it
form.
in him.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna give him an
gonna-
injection.
I'm gonna kill you.
Never mind. I take it all back. You are the most annoying person ever.
That's true. I'm gonna start shedding like bits like spike proteins. I'm gonna like. Oh. Shut up, baby! You gotta
Oh my
understand. My
God.
friend was vaxxed.
Fuck up!
Okay, all right, okay. I think we're done for today.
Ugh. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.